So I'm sitting here trying to figure out the best way to tell you how I survived so that you can survive being targeted too. It is not easy. So, someone somehow stopped it. Only it's today's February the 19th, 2026. It only stopped within the last few weeks. That's all I can say. So it's been 22 years of harassment, watching my life being professionally and systematically destroyed by people who were pretending they were only trying to help me from the bad guys. So for me, I've already said it, I was established, so I had a good idea I kind of, through the years, in a short period of time, I discovered the different personalities, if you will, in the different attackers, because I wasn't only being attacked by one organization. For me, that organization was able to expand using me to escalate. They were using me to escalate because they were covering up their own illegal activities. So at this juncture, I'm looking at how I view other people and their claims of being targeted, being harassed, being sexually assaulted, being victims, okay? That's my quotation marks. Victims. And I'm very critical. I'm critical because, as a woman especially, so often there are women who use sexual assault as a way to get even with somebody, okay? I talk about this because when then they confess or it comes out, oh, they didn't really sexually assault me, every rapist on the planet will refer to that. See, they lie. We don't do that. We don't drug and rape women. I'm not going to mention any names, Kavanaugh, but it happens more often than people want to admit. Not the lying about it, the sexual assault and being called a liar. He said, she said kind of thing. Anymore, it's who knows, what gender said what. But anyway, I'm talking about the standard, the old day standard of what is a female and what is a male. So anyway, so I was sitting here thinking about and organizing myself, thinking about all of the adjectives, and I came to the conclusion I needed to organize myself, so I would need to start in the beginning. But I wanted to tell people right away to believe in themselves, okay? Believe in yourself if you think you're targeted. And there's people online who represent themselves in a way that tells me they are being targeted. It's not fake, and I don't think somebody like me would not be able to notice what is fake and what is not fake. So there's a lot of plagiarism going on out there, data collecting, and when we're talking about data collecting, we're talking also about data purchases, okay? Kind of like the FBI provides background checks, on people. Well, data is being collected and it's being sold. That's a fact. Washington State collects data, and who it is being given to or sold to cannot be disclosed to the public. Cannot. I know. I spoke with the Washington State Department of Health, asking questions. Because while I've been going through this, the big question has been WTF, right? It's been a professional hit, three layered to take me out. Oh, they'll say, "Oh no, we weren't trying to kill you." That became a big argument on my WordPress blog in the comment stream. I suppose the people attacking me were, and I have a pretty good idea who they were, but because they have different styles. Like I said, it was a 3-layer assault being done on me, connected, but 3 different entities, organizations. So I have a good idea who it was, and um, they were attacking me. Okay, and I think they thought it was public, like their comments were posting, but that's not how WordPress worked for me anyway. I had to approve the comments to be made public. So, but it was very traumatic being attacked, and but that I think I started the WordPress blog around 2010 at the recommendation of my first American rep. So, but anyway, along the way, professionals were bumping me along, if you will, and but it didn't change the dynamic. So I mention sexual assault because in what got done to me, sex was huge. It was huge, okay, and how it was played against me, to shame me, to guilt me, to slander me, to defame me, to change who my identity was, not like on my driver's license, but who my character. That's what I'm saying. They change your public persona to what they need your public persona to look like. That's why they start isolating. Yes, they do. And it's natural to want to start isolating oneself, okay? Because there's so much gaslighting and psychological manipulation and mind control going on that it's natural to want to isolate, okay? And yet we live in a world where we have to work. We have to go to work, we have to survive, we have to be mingling in the public. Very few people have jobs where they'll sit at a desk. Well, more and more are now, right? We're all going online. But most of us have to interact with other human beings in order to function in the day, right? So, so what do you do? What do you do, right? So, for me, they used sex as a weapon, okay? A woman said yesterday on one of the blogs that she lost 100 pounds and had work done on her teeth, and her whole church went insane. She became an outcast. That is sort of what happened to me. Okay? And it wasn't just the church, it was my neighbors, and I've spoken with other women who have had that too. Once I became divorced, the entire world around me could not handle it. It was so bizarre. But that was something different, okay? What, for me, in the beginning, how it happened is I was working at Chase, and they ripped me off of a huge amount of money. They didn't pay me, although I had been doing my job more and better than a certain segment of people. Okay, I complained about that, and I became a target of theirs right then. And it was not just on a local level, it was big. Human resources in LA started attacking me. All right, they tried to convince a judge to have me charged for a crime I did not commit. I think that was the first step in my actually starting to become terrorized. I went to work at Countrywide. I left Chase. At Countrywide, my coworker told me the cocaine money launderers were going to kill me. And because her son was involved in that network, she was concerned and she wanted to become involved. She wanted to try to save me. Okay. That happened at about the same time that LA Human Resources was trying to have an administrative judge charge me with fraud. When it came down on me, it came down fast. Okay? Then I was in a bad wreck, a very bad wreck. Some people, the gossip was the money launderers caused it. I've written about that. And you're welcome to go read my Bee Sprout on Facebook if you want to. But that wreck was the end of it. All right? The end. That group was done with me. I know. I learned the personalities of the different groups, okay? I learned it. But in that wreck, my neck was nearly broken. I know that. I don't say it because I'm diagnosing myself. That's the way it was diagnosed by my care provider. Not my doctor, because he was a dummy, literally. All right? So now, that's the end of the money launderers for me, between them and me. I didn't die. They messed me up. That was it. Okay? But I was greatly injured in that wreck. I've written about it in details. My insurance company Geico required for me, I should have gotten it in writing. They said, we want you to go to the doctor every other week. Every 2 weeks, we want a report on your condition. Now, that's when the psyop against me began. So that's where I'll pick up in the next video, telling about what that looked like, because those are the ones who really were trying to kill me. So, and I'm sure they're the ones trying to kill you too.